Just want to talk a little bit about the days themselves. So on day one today, it's lush vegetation forest that we're going to be walking through. Please use your poles. Yeah, the poles are really important because it takes a lot of strain off your muscles, off your ligaments, your joints, and we're walking for 7 days straight. So you know we need as much help as you can. Take it. Okay. In terms of walking up, obviously there's altitude, there's less oxygen. The best thing you can do is water. You should have between 2.5 and 3 litres of water with you today. Every day that you're going to go up, unpack and pack your bags. Get used to them. Know where everything is. So your medicines need to be one part, your clothes need to be another part, and they're going to change as well. Our head guide is Paul. He's been doing this for 10 years now. But whilst we're on the mountain, they'll be giving us lots of advice, lots of help. Sore ligaments, sore muscles, blisters, that sort of things are the common sort of thing, and we can sort those out as we're going along.
Okay, day one. We just started the trek literally 5 minutes ago. We're going to be walking for about 25 minutes, a slight incline.
25 minutes? Really walking for 25 minutes?
No, I said we will be walking for 25 minutes at a slight incline, and then we've been promised by the guide, but judging off the guides in the past, Shabazz mentioning no names, they don't really tell the truth, do they really? The weather's fantastic, the people are great, love you all guys, and I'm really looking forward to this for the next 7 days. Let's hope and pray we make it to the top and get back down safely.
What seems like I've trekked for about an hour is about 10 minutes, which goes to show that I should have really done more training. But alhamdulillah, we're going to climb to the summit one step at a time. This struggle really doesn't really compare to much when you think about what Syrian refugees are going through when they leave their homes. They carry the belongings on their back. Because that's in the day pack. They said only pack essentials in the day pack. Anybody else want some hot sauce? Every desi has to have something hot on the mountain. Can't be doing with bland food, it won't get you all the way up.
First time on Kili. Yeah, I think the team that we've got with us, every single one of them has got a real dedication, and it's that doing it for a cause and that dedication that when the going gets tough, it'll help them get through it.
If my leg doesn't play up, it won't be a problem. Get to the top. It's all based on my leg, really, to be honest with you. As for our brothers and sisters in Syria, Palestine, Kashmir, you know, their suffering is nothing compared to what we go through. It's hard, but inshallah we'll manage. We've got a good team, we're very focused, we're working together. That's the most important thing.
I'm getting a little bit sweaty. It's quite tiring, but we're going very slow, or as they say in Swahili, pole pole. But I'm told as the higher we get, the colder it's going to get, and cold is not my friend.
Don't know what to say really. I just thought I'd give a few words. Trekking up Kilimanjaro, just taking it nice and slow and steady. Just taking the advice, drinking lots of water.
This is to show you that Kung Fu Panda actually exists. Everybody's Kung Fu fighting.
Well, I feel a bit dehydrated. I feel like I've already climbed half the mountain, but apparently we're only halfway past the first point. Yeah, my right hip is playing up a little bit. It usually does on the first day on any trek, but I'm hoping that pain relief will sort it out. Inshallah.
So we ate, we prayed. We've got another about 4 hours to go. As you can see, we have to pace ourselves. Walk slowly, slowly. The key is breathe in from your nose and out your mouth. Oh, just pacing our way through. It doesn't actually look like it, but there is actually an incline. Some people are better than others, as you can see. I don't like doing this kind of stuff. I'll be doing it for a purpose.
Starting to get thinner now, so it's obviously more difficult to breathe and stuff. So this is the importance of that. So I'm starting to get flashing lights, a bit of a migraine. I think it's just the importance of taking it slowly and just slowly and steady, pole, as I say, and there's a reason for it.
We're on the Machame route of Kilimanjaro, so we're walking up the west face of the mountain, and we're actually walking up a shoulder. There is a drop on either side of us, to the right and to the left, and it's quite a severe drop.
My husband's got a bit of a migraine, and we've taken some sumatriptan. He's getting what we call aura, which is like the pre-migraine, so you get like flashing lights and things, nausea, sometimes you start vomiting. The worry is if it gets into a full-blown migraine, he can't do anything, he's floored. So I'm just hoping that we've caught it enough time. We're giving him lots of painkillers, he's taking lots of breaks, taking it slowly, so inshallah he'll be fine.
Shamila, have you spoken to them about water? Yeah. No washing.
Washing dirty clothes.
I've rough a night. I've had better nights, but yeah, alhamdulillah, feel quite refreshed actually, surprisingly. It was hot, cold, but managed to get my head down and get a few hours, so ready.
So everyone's starting to pack now, and we've had a good night's sleep, or almost a good night's sleep. A few issues. Some guys had some chest pains, some had some mild asthma. Toilets around here are not clean.
The weather's going to be fairly warm, like yesterday, and then towards the last third of the day it's going to get very, very cold. I mean, you can see what I'm wearing now. It is freezing here at the moment.
The porters are making their way now. They get there ahead of time. Some amazing porters, they put it on their heads and the backs and the shoulders, and then they take it out.
Yeah, it's getting thinner already. Higher and higher.
The walk is so hard.
800 meters, very steep incline.
Respect to these porters, they're carrying probably about 4 times as much as we're carrying.
Kazi ya mlima ni ngumu sana kwa pota, ili anatakia mweke mabadiliko kidogo.
Headache. No, they took paracetamol. And then that cleared it. Knockout sleep then. Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely had a knockout sleep.
The more higher we go,
yeah,
the more challenging it's going to be.
That's right.
You two and Sajid, I was in the middle, could hear like one start snoring, the other stops snoring, the other starts snoring.
Me?
Yeah?
No, him.
You?
Yeah.
Proper snoring snorers, I'm not lying.
At one point I felt like lamping him on.
You should have.
You can see the clouds around us, the fog that's coming over us. This is where you can get a bit of a chill if you're not careful, so we're going to get some base layers on. At some point we're going to get through the trees. We're going to go above the tree line into the moorlands, so it's just grass and open land. The fog's going to disappear at that point because it's been trapped at the moment by this tropical forest. And the way that's going to affect us, it's going to be much thinner air, and the sun's going to hit us quite hard, unless there's cloud a bit further up, but the way the weather's looking at the moment, I don't think so. So we've just stopped for lunch and it's absolutely chucking it down, so we've got our waterproofs on and we're going to carry on from here. It's about another 2 hours, 2.5 hours to the next camp, but the weather is fantastic. Let's go.
I'm sweating. Do we have to get a news flash each time your body reacts? Yes. But you started to aggravate me, so just shh. I'm concentrating on your breathing. I can't breathe. You complain too much. That's a long way down. Just slowly go down and shut up. You kind of smell as well, so just like sweat. It's a move from me.
Careful when you get to this point here, because these rocks are slippery because of the water on them.
Don't listen to him, he doesn't know what he's talking about.
We're just waiting for the last 3 members of our party now. They're not too far behind, so everybody's done really well. everybody's done really well. We've had a few issues along the way, but they've pulled through. So tonight they'll have a really good night's rest.
Yes, cuz. What's happening?
No! Yeah!
No way!
Yeah!
Sapri brothers! Takbir!
Allah Akbar. Oh, nice one, man. Nice one.
Subhanallah, you know it's scary going in the night.
So how are you feeling
It's
so
not
far?
safe because it's a Jinnah's valley, innit? It was challenging, but I guess we
Adil,
did. Yes, brother.
before you settle down,
Yeah?
put a top on.
I'm alright, bro. And I don't know, but
Have you just arrived now?
just now, yeah.
Okay, give yourself 5 minutes and then put a top on, please.
Sham, man, she was struggling with the hip, and I didn't want to leave her behind, to be honest with you. I was getting lazy as well, you know. When the momentum breaks, when the momentum breaks, you start becoming lazy, innit? And things start becoming a bit complicated. But alhamdulillah, brother Hamza and a few other brothers, they all just, you know, rallied the troops together, you know, made sure kept us motivated, and that was the most important thing.
There's people who are 3 times your age who've gone up this.
Yeah.
And you can do it. Stop.
I'm not saying I can't do it.
You can do it, then stop complaining.
What
You
I'm
can do it.
complaining about is there's not enough time to recover this, getting an old, fragile temple.
God.
And this body has rights upon me.
No, it doesn't.
And you, Mr. Mughal, yeah, abusing my body.
No, but listen, if you go to sleep at 10, that's plenty of sleep.
Exactly.
Don't be silly.
You only need 6-7 hours to
And they
recover.
are so meters to the guy, yeah. What is wrong with you, woman?
You will sleep
1,300 meters, yeah.
even better.
Sham, why are you quiet?
All the party arrived safely in camp, but one of the members became ill, serious headaches, nausea, was complaining of wanting to vomit. As soon as he got into camp, the rest of us were eating and he couldn't, and that person couldn't eat. Based on our assessment, we have decided that we have called the rescue team and we'll stretcher into the next camp from here on another route, which is about half an hour away, and then he'll be taken in a vehicle down back into Moshi to the hospital to get checked out. The wife is deciding whether she would like to stay or she would like to go with him, and it's a tough decision, a very tough decision. There's no judgment involved either way. It's a bad decision either way. So, you know, Allah give them the best and make it easy for them, inshallah.
Right, last night we got here, it was the coldest night so far to date. Woke up round about 3:30 for 4 o'clock in the morning, and I checked the water outside and it was completely freezing, so it was well below freezing temperature. But still fortunate enough to wrap up, have enough warm clothing and sleep. Unfortunately, there are people in the world who don't even have that facility and have that luxury. So well, I believe today is going to be a whole lot more colder, so we'll keep at it and see how it goes.
We have to climb high and sleep low because our bodies have to get used to the climate, the fact that the air is thin, the oxygen is thin up here. We're all susceptible to altitude sickness, and we want to make sure that we minimise that as much as we can. Any one of us can get sent down from the top of the mountain, you know, at any stage if we display signs of altitude sickness.
There's a technique that guides use when you get to a certain altitude, and it's called pace setting. You've had a look at everybody who's in the group, and you said in your mind, right, this person's slow, this person's fast, this person's struggling, whatever it might be. What you're trying to do is work out the psychology of the group. So you go, right, he's going to go in the front, he's going to put me at the back, okay? He's going to spread his guides out in the middle, and he's going to put you all in order, okay? And all it does is that he walks at a certain pace, the person behind him watches his feet and tries to keep up with his pace, okay? And he'll adjust it throughout the day, and he'll push you as far as he thinks he can go.
This challenge is for the Syrian refugees. Many of them walk for months, for weeks and months. We've been walking for 3 days and we're struggling to catch our breath because the air's so thin up here. what better way to experience some of the struggle that they're having? They've been walking for 5 years, 5 long years. It's got to stop. We've all got a responsibility and a duty to do something.
Assalamu alaikum guys. A serious chest infection, flu. Our suffering, our hardships is nothing compared to what the Syrian people are going through on a daily basis. Alhamdulillah, we have 2 medical doctors on board that are looking after us around the clock.
No, oh, that's fine, but what is his stats?
Yeah.
80.
80, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
When he was resting, it was
Like
85. Yeah. He's fine.
I'm not worried.
Not worried. I think all our pulses will be that.
Yeah, all of our pulses are going to be high at the moment because we're pushing ourselves.
So last night was an incredibly emotional night for me, but it was also incredibly cold, and especially with winter approaching in Syria, I feel for them because they don't have a sleeping bag, and the millions of layers and equipment we had. So that's why it's really important to be kind of aware of this. Also, it's beginning to become a bit of a struggle. Not so much the walking, it's more there's very little oxygen in the air now, and it's quite cold air.
We're going up to Lava Tower, which is 4,600 meters, and then we're going to be walking down to Barranco, which is 3,940 meters. The reason for that is quite simple. There's a very good principle for high altitude climbing, which is climb high, sleep low. So it allows you to acclimatise much easier. You get a much better success rate.
Even though the sun's out, it's still cold. Everyone's heads are throbbing. It's because of the altitude. We are above the clouds now. That's what it's not clouds, you can see. Just in the back, you can see the clouds. It should be okay. But this is something that we put ourselves in a situation to see what the brothers and sisters of Asham are going through. But we know there's an end to our journey, but there is no end for the Syrians at the moment. They have no end. They can't see an end. They can't see a finishing point to it. This is one of the reasons that we've started this journey. And it's not easy. Key is drink a lot of water. Pace yourself.
We've climbed from 3,800 meters to 4,600 meters, and that behind me is Kibu, and Uhuru is the summit of Kibu. Kibu is the tallest peak on Kilimanjaro, so that's where we're heading. Taking nice deep breaths, drinking my water. I've only got a slight headache. My legs feel fine. My body feels fine. The sun's about to go down. It's about 5:45 in the evening here now. We'll get a good night's sleep because Barranco is low, so we'll be going down to 3,945 meters. We'll be 100 or so meters above where we slept last night. So we're climbing high and sleeping low today.
You're not fine. You're not fine.
Abid, please
But listen to us, please, bro.
Please go and sit down. Be serious. Please.
Guys, move! Seriously, move.
Listen.
I can do this.
Okay, just stand there a minute. Just stand there a minute. Please, listen, please.
We can walk and we can talk.
No. I want to say something to you.
You're taking energy that you don't need.
Just stand there. Just stand there and give me one. I'm serious. I'm serious.
Go very slow. You're going too fast.
I'm going slow.
No, you're not.
If you want to deck me, okay? I'm serious. Abid, listen. I am going to turn this whole expedition round.
Slowly. No.
Fine, man.
Come on.
Just relax, man.
Take a breather.
These people. Proper rescue missions.
It was a very difficult day, day 3. It was so difficult we couldn't even think about filming anything. We walked for almost 13 hours. The thin air was an incredible struggle for me. I really did struggle to breathe.
We're on our way to Karanga camp. It's 1:30 in the afternoon and we're just stopping for lunch. The rest of the team members, Sajid and Sabana, are doing really well.
So you can either be very precautious and just be really quiet. Sorry, my brain isn't working because of the thin air.
We're at Karanga camp and we're going to make our way up to base camp, which is 800 metres from here. It'll take about 4 hours to walk at a nice slow steady pace, and so it's 7:30 in the morning now. I made my morning ablution with wet wipes, and I think the thing I just didn't realise, a huge learning curve, is the amount of dust on the mountain. It blocks your nose, gets into your eyes, and it's debilitating.
First of all, you have this constant brain fog. So people who sometimes think, oh, where did I put that? What was I doing next? Well, that happens constantly.
Where we are roughly slightly less than 4,000 metres high. We've got a roughly 4-hour walk up to the base camp. The base camp will be the last point before we actually move onto the summit. Morning everyone, actually it's not morning, it's evening, it's 11:30. This is the last leg towards going to the summit now. We're about to leave, hopefully by about 12 o'clock, and we're led to believe that we'll arrive at the summit for around about 6 to 6:30. It's very cold, we're fully laid up. I don't think we can actually put any more clothes on than what we've got at the moment. Hats, gloves, scarves, 2 hats, lots of layers. I'm probably wearing about 5-6 layers underneath this.
It's not going to be easy. This last part is almost 1,200 metres, so it's more than Snowdon in the UK and just under Ben Nevis.
It's the night that we're going to summit. Some people have already left. A little bit nervous, excited. Hope we get there. Been making lots of dua that we get there. Hey guys, we're about an hour away from Stella Point, which is where we're headed. It's going to be absolutely shattered, and inshallah we'll make it there.
guys. Anyway, we've reached base camp, and I can honestly say this has been the hardest part of our journey. I'm absolutely wasted. Breathing was struggling, suffered from mild form of asthma, but look, I've not need to use my inhaler. But you know, you've really got to control your breathing.
We've reached base camp, 4,800 metres, and I'm absolutely exhausted. The breathing's fine, my stomach's fine, I don't feel nauseous, it's just my legs have given out on me, and I'm just exhausted.
Hi there guys, finally made it. It's day 6. As you can see there, it's the Stellar Point, 565 metres high. It's been absolutely exhausting. Started up with 7 people and only 2 made it, Savannah and myself. I just really want to say for the people who sort of not continue with us, how proud we are of them. You got to realise that sort of 95% of the population will not come out and do something like this. You know, where they'll give up the time and the effort, and you know, when we saw people like Abid and Razak, Shamila and Adil, when they knew they had to go back, there was that deep sudden sorrow. They didn't want to go back, and the only reason was the fact that they wanted to complete it just for the Syrian cause. So, but the fact that they got this far, we are extremely proud of them, and hopefully we'll be joining them very soon. Speak to you later.